This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
2 men were shot and a third escaped injury after a gunman opened fire on them in the Peter Street area this morning. Police provided no information at the scene, but a resident not wanting to appear on camera told ZNS News what they saw.
Gunshots. They was consistent. Then I saw 2 young men running through our yard. One of them had gotten shot in the side. And when I came outside, I saw all the police and everything. And then I heard that somebody had gotten shot on his arm through the corner. One, he just was running to save his life. And the other one, he had gotten shot. So when he came, the police was standing there. So they was actually running towards the police. At first, the police didn't realize who the first young man was. He thought he was the one shooting. But they cleared that up to realize that he was the one being shot at. And the second young man, when he came, he raised his shirt, and then we saw that he had a hole in his side. So the police just tried to calm him down and told him to sit down and relax himself.
Assistant Commissioner of Police Stephen Dean confirmed this evening that 2 men were shot this morning, with one of them being shot on Quacko Street. On Peter Street, the scene was active with police officers conducting their investigation this morning. There was also a car on the scene with a bullet hole through the window of an open door. A resident commended officers at the Quacko Street Police Station for their quick response, but she says she's deeply troubled by the level of violence involving young men.
Convicted murderers Stephen Dye Stubbs, Andrew Davis, and Clinton Evans appeared in the appellate court today, hoping the panel would hear their appeal against their conviction and sentence for killing police officer Jimmy Ambrose over a decade ago. However, the matter was pushed back to a later date after the defense complained about the composition of the court. Fern Carey has more.
The appeal hearing of convicted murderers Andrew Davis, Clinton Evans, and Stephen Dye Stubbs did not get underway after defense attorneys Muriel DeSeal, Ian Coggle, and Ramona Farquharson Seymour called for Justice of Appeal John Isaacs to recuse himself from the case. DeSeal noted that Isaacs had previously dealt with the matter while sitting as a senior justice in Supreme Court and had ruled on the case. He noted that some of the issues Justice Isaacs had ruled on, including the admissibility of evidence, may arise during the appeal hearing. DeSeal also stressed that there was no question as to Justice Isaacs' objectivity and fairness. However, he said the appearance that justice was being done must prevail. Court of Appeal President Justice Nita Allen had also presided over the matter in Supreme Court. However, she was elevated to the appellate court and the case went to Justice John Isaacs. But the case was later aborted and a retrial ordered by the Court of Appeal. Meantime, after hearing from both sides, Justice Abdoulaye Conte, who headed the panel that included Justice Neville Adderley and John Isaacs, took a short break to consider the matter. When he returned, Justice Abdoulaye Conte acknowledged that the defense had raised issues important to the administration of justice in the country. He then adjourned the hearing to a date to be determined. Fern Carey, ZNS Network News.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Jimenita Swain. The World Customs Organization Conference will be held in Grand Bahama this week to discuss new ways to increase the exchange of trade information among the countries of Latin America and the Caribbean. At least 500 delegates will participate in the international conference set from May 6th through May 8th and will design communication strategies in order to increase border interconnection, improve business operations, and strengthen economic integration in the region. This will be the first time that a Caribbean country will host a WCO meeting. In other business news, for those of you selfie lovers out there, Fidelity Bahamas has a Mother's Day contest just for you. The Fidelity Group is looking for the 10 best selfies with you and your mom taken at any Fidelity location. Officials advise that the Fidelity logo is to be seen in the selfie. Then you must like Fidelity's Facebook page, load the photo, and have as many of your family and friends like it. The grand prize is a Fidelity Visa prepaid card. Other prizes include a Samsung Galaxy Tab, mobile phones, BTC phone guards, and grocery vouchers. Entries will be judged on the amount of likes and creativity. And in international business news, one fast food chain is getting a facelift in a bid to bring a turnaround in sales. McDonald's Corp Chief Executive Steve Eastbrook said he plans on simplifying the company's organizational structure with a view of making it more nimble and responsive to changing customer taste. In a 23-minute video posted online, Easterbrook, who took the helm of McDonald's last month, said the company needs to catch up with changing tastes. McDonald's global sales declined 2.3% for the first 3 months of the year. In the U.S., sales dropped 2.6% as customers flocked to rivals with more healthful food reputations. Easterbrook said the company would rely on more market research to adjust its menu and also listen to the customers. This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Jiminy Swain.
In a matter of days, the Cultural Village will be opened, and aside from elements of music, dance, and Junkanoo centered around Carnival, art will also be prominently featured. The Visual Arts Pavilion, as it's known, will be a space where the 30 artists that submitted 300 art pieces will showcase their work. Artist and sculptor Antonius Roberts is happy that artists were not left out during the Bahamas Junkanoo Carnival festivities, as the focus is on showcasing Bahamian culture. Additionally, he says it provides another outlet for artists to showcase their work.
The Arts Pavilion, actually, this component is specifically designed to include every artist, every individual who aspire to be artists or who have some talent. We sent out an open call to these individuals over the age of 18, and we were very pleased that over 30 of them, not only from New Providence, but from a few of the family islands, actually responded to the call.
The works currently being housed at the Hillside Studio will be featured in the pavilion once erected. Graphic artist Keisha Oliver said excitement is building.
We have established a strong online presence through social media, and that's via Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And we found it very important to establish this presence because a lot of the artists that are involved within this project are younger artists, and this is a space that they live on. They're online all the time. And we found that it actually has created a sort of hype about what's happening. It's kind of conjured up this level of excitement where they're like enthused about what's happening and what the possibilities can kind of bring for them.
The business community was not left out as the Constitutional Commission made rounds on the island of Grand Bahama last week. Their last visit on the island was at the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce. Cleopatra Murphy got feedback on the 4 gender equality bills from those in attendance.
The right to be treated equally is a fundamental right each citizen should have, but it is sad to see the Bahamas does not have it, owner of Barefoot Marketing, Sarah Kirkby, says. Her comments came after the Constitutional Commission met with Grand Bahamas business community last week on the 4 proposed gender equality bills.
All we're asking for as women is to have equal rights to what men have and equal rights in pay. And the key thing for me also was for children. You know, a lot of this is because children don't have rights when they have Bahamian parents. And so I think it's very important that we make sure our children do.
Donald Glass, who also attended the educational forum at the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce, shares similar views.
It's past time. It is time that we level the playing field, because it's amazing that in today's world that women don't have the same rights as men. I'm flabbergasted by that, quite frankly, and I think that it should have been done a long time ago.
Although she wishes the audience was larger, Executive Director of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce, Mercynth Ferguson, says the information was valuable. She gave her views on the bills.
I have no reservations whatsoever. I think the Bahamas is at that stage in nation building that we should have equality and that the same rights of the male gender should be offered to the female genders.
The bills are intended to promote equality with regards to citizenship and eliminate discrimination on the grounds of sex. Cleopatra Murphy, ZNS Network News.